Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, all praise to the Most High. All right, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we are the sons of Thunder Israelites. It's a heart's prayer and desire that all Israel be saved. You already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe to the video when you enter the building. Baba Kasha. This is another segment of our weekly class called Milk Monday. All right, well, we give you the milk of the scriptures, and then we go into some history. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And every once in a while, we might dibble and dabble in a little bit of smoke. All right? Every once in a while. We might, you know what I'm saying? Every once in a while. Poquito, you know what I'm saying? But like the video when you come to the building. Subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed to our newest channels, Sons of Thunder North Carolina, as well as Sons of Thunder San Francisco. Make sure you get them subscriptions up. All right? We have multiple camps now. Be on the lookout for Sons of Thunder Alabama. Be on the lookout for Sons of Thunder, Florida. Be on the lookout for Sons of Thunder, D.C. Be on the lookout for Sons of Thunder, Ohio, man. And when they come in the building, if you are a frequent watcher of Sons of Thunder Israelites, then you need to subscribe to all of our channels. You see what I'm saying? All right. And if I didn't say before, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. What we said was giving all honor and glory to the Most High God in the name of His Son, who the word ending calls Jesus Christ. His brother said, Sons of Thunder Canada. Are you in Canada, brother? Because if you're in Canada, you need to be the reason why we start Sons of Thunder Canada. See what I'm saying? Hey, she said we need Sons of Thunder Chicago. Man, we got brothers in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You on mute. You on mute, Eliel. I don't know if you can hear me. You on mute.
That's going to be coming. So like,
yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Let me tell you something.
Shalom.
Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. I already talked to my brothers out there, man. When Sons of Thunder Chicago finally opens up, I'm going, man. They said they got the best food in America. That's what the brother said. I don't know. I think the best food in America is in my backyard on that grill. I don't know about that. But we're going to test the theory out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the sister said Dallas. I know. We're going to get Dallas popping sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? We got brothers in Dallas as well. But if you want to be a prospect in Sons of Thunder Israelites, you have to send an email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com so we can start a, you know what I'm saying, a SOT camp in your area if the Most High is moving you or your spirit to, do the work with us. Hey, the brother said Grand Rapids, but you could be the reason if you're in Grand Rapids. You see what I'm saying?
We can start one in Michigan.
We can start one out there. You know what I'm saying?
I think we only got one brother in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, and he's finna move to Georgia. So if you want to be in, if you want to be in the camp in Michigan, you gotta apply for the soldier. For the prospect phase.
Hey, hey, look, man, we got some things brewing down here in North Carolina. So when we make it happen, I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? You can taste a little bit of my cooking. All right. We got a captain. Two people asking about Florida. We have a captain. Captain Yaquah, mighty brother. All right. He's in Fort Myers, Florida. He is in Fort Myers, Florida. All right. Salakia for my dryer. Okay. Fort Myers, Florida. So if you are in Fort Myers, Florida, brothers, and you want to do the work, you have to send an email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. Get in the prospect phase so you could do the work with the mighty Captain Yaquah out there in Florida, man. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. Said y'all been following for years. Can't wait for SOT Chicago. All praise. I can't wait either, man. All right. All praise to the Most High, man. We appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate it. All right. Hey, these camp spots open up, you know what I'm saying, through your support, you know what I'm saying, and your generous donations that you donate to the camp. We appreciate that everybody who donates to the camp. You're the reason why we can, and with the brothers' help, why we can have these feast days and all these other things that we do to push the word, man, so it does not go unnoticed. All right. So speaking of that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of y'all send super chats. You know what I'm saying? Keep them coming. If the Most High moves your spirit to super chat, but if you want us to get 100% of your donations, you can send it to $SOTisraelites on CashApp, and we appreciate the generous donations that you brothers and sisters give. All right, one last question. Do the Alabama camp have a YouTube channel? It's coming, and it's coming very, very soon. That's all I can tell you right now. It's coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that, all right? So the Adawan Eliel has a mighty class talking about the Iconoclasm all right, of our biblical prophets, man, right? And we're going to get into it. So with that, get your pens out, get your notepads out, pay attention to the class, get ready to be edified, not entertained, all right, so you can further learn in this thing we call the truth. And with that, I yield to the other one.
Word. Hey, can you post some of these comments and stuff, or all of them?
I'm gonna start from the top again.
That's a bit. Oh, because I wasn't sure if you did. I wasn't paying attention. If you did it already, it's cool.
I got all the shaloms. For the most part. Before we started, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get a couple more of them. You know what I'm saying.
Well, real quick, one more time, shalom to everybody. Yahabashin Yahshua Barakatham to the family, to the mashpaka. Yeah, basically, I wanted to do this lesson today, not to give because we kind of have a lesson like this a little bit, kind of, where we did the truth versus the lie with Hamashiach Yahushua. And I mean, this time, basically, what we're going to do is look more into the history of the iconoclasm. You know what I'm saying? Without digging too deep, because I have a separate lesson for that when we go over King James.
At the water, King, the water. All praise to the Most High.
Hey, the water, Jermaine. Salakia. Hold up, Judah. Let me go shut this up. My dog just came back.
Okay, come on. Hey, man, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh. Yahabashim Yahushua Barakatah. Come feast with us, brother. All right, we appreciate your generous donations. All right, man. If you love SOT, man, keep them coming. All right, we make sure. I forgot you. Where I forget you at? There you go. I got you, sis. My bad, Salaki. All right, hey, man, we appreciate your generous donations. All right, keep them coming. We make sure that we give those donations back to you. All right, and we try to keep the edification coming. All right, so we appreciate the generous donations. All right, keep them things coming. Go ahead, Eliel.
No, can't. But as I was saying, today the class is going to be basically, Esau admitting, since that's what we've been basically doing for the last couple of lessons, right? Esau admitting that there's iconoclasm, because recently I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen damn near every video whenever we have a picture of Hamashiach Yahushua, and it's an Edomite that comes by, they usually end up in a situation where they're telling us that that's not Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I know who that is, or I don't know. Nope. I don't know who that is. That's not Jesus. So they know that image that we typically have of Cesare Borgia isn't Hamashiach Yahushua, isn't who they call Jesus Christ, right? But I wanted to show y'all, some of y'all might not have seen who they are calling Jesus Christ now, this DJ Khaled looking figure. And as to why people are now using the phrase Middle Eastern and stuff like that, right? But so we're gonna show a little bit of that. But there's also a show, Judah, you ever heard the Donahue show before?
I used to love seeing Donahue get cut up by Farrakhan and Khalid Muhammad back in the day.
So check this out, right? Donahue actually has an episode where he didn't seem to he wasn't off our side. I'm gonna say that. He seemed to kind of agree with what was going on. But it's an episode with Blair Underwood. Y'all brothers remember that dude? Right? So I'm gonna play a little bit of that video. Yeah, Khan. We all hope you find the sword. You know what I'm saying? That was messed up.
Brothers be stealing precepts out that thing, man.
Yeah. If you saw that video, man, they broke into my car. They broke into Iconoclasm rental and busted both windows. You know what I'm saying? And all they stole was a book bag, because somebody started coming and they hid behind the other car, the white car, just threw it in the trunk and dipped out. So, yeah, it was some crazy stuff, man. But, the precepts, we're going to get them back. You know what I'm saying? Most High. The water, nobody was hurt in that situation. And, that's all we can really say. We got to keep it moving. But, yeah, so basically, what we've seen, with the Donahue show and everything, yeah. See, a couple people remember Donahue. Donahue has an episode where he basically admits that Jesus is black, right? And he lets these people call into the show like he normally does, and he has people in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, that are talking about it. And Blair Underwood is actually in the crowd. Well, not in the crowd, but he's on the show professing that Jesus is black, and he had a movie at the time that I'd never seen, I never heard of, anything like that, where he actually put Jesus out there as a black person. So, you know, that's just the way that went. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we just gonna watch a couple of these clips. You know what I'm saying? We will get some more precepts as to the responses that these people are gonna give. You know what I'm saying, in this video, and we're gonna show some iconoclasm. But in fact, we're gonna show the iconoclasm before the video, just to show you guys a little bit of why I decided to do this. So, beside the fact that there's always new people coming into the truth, and Jake is too lazy to look at old videos, so we constantly have to refilter stuff, right? I was looking through this, my phone just showed me this ad like the other day of these ancient figures that anthropologists have been able to restructure throughout time, right? Or from old time that they've been able to restructure for right now. So like, come on, but like and share the video. But that's something that like people got to understand there, right? So with these little pictures, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna pull them up right quick. We're gonna kind of run through them, but there's a particular one that caught my eye, that like kind of made me want to do this lesson. Well, two. This is one as well, right? I'll quickly go over this right quick. This is Cro-Magnon man, right? He's a man in the Netherlands of Europe. This is one of the phenotypes that the original people of Japhet would have had, right? They did not have woolly hair. A lot of them had straight hair. A lot of them were brown-skinned people like this, right? And you have the Cheddar Man, which we'll see in a little bit as we go through the thing. But so these people, you know what I'm saying, is who Japhet would have been. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of cut through that whole Japhet is a white man thing as we look at that part. But you know, we're gonna kind of look at these pictures right quick. We're gonna bring out some precepts, and then we're gonna get into the videos so that you guys can actually see exactly what I was talking about as to why I did the lesson. All right. And everybody coming into the building, y'all hit the like button, Baba Kasha. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kind of tone it down a little bit from last week, just a little bit, because you know, I want to make sure that we could keep being monetized and stuff. I don't want them to go back to shadow banning us and all that mess. So we're gonna keep it toned down. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are gonna actually get to hear responses from people that are in the white community. You know what I'm saying? Edomite community, whatever you want to call it. And in the other community, the Amalekite community, right? These people are going to be actually admitting to the fact that Jesus was black and that the prophets are black and that the people that are making these paintings now are liars. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones with the DJ Khaled looking figure.
Hey, Salaki, real quick.
Yeah, good.
Right? Because, you know, you mentioned last week, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say something about last week. That young brother that was on last week, all right, that brother was a follower of Geno Jennings, right? And he actually, I remember a brother kept saying he was on Deacon's class yesterday while we was teaching that class. And I went back and I watched, and indeed he was. And he was looking for Israelites to give a different response to what he had already said to Deacon. He asked the same questions. He got the same scriptures. So some of these people are just scoffers. I got worked up because I was like, there's no way you could be this stupid. And apparently you could, because you got the same answers from Israelites the day before. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, man, we got to pray that, you know, the brother. Hey,
hopefully he believed it because it came in twos. You know what I'm saying? You went
exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Same shebang.
Exactly. So, hey, man, I yield on that. I just had to speak on that real quick.
No, that's facts. But check this out, right? So just to kind of get into the lesson, this is a man, obviously, the Neanderthal race, right, as they call it. This is, for those of you that don't know, right, there's species after what they call Pleistocene epoch, or the last ice age, where Esau tries to teach you in school or in history class that there was these Neanderthals, which is the white man, and then there was the Homo sapien, which is us, right? And we're from Africa, and they're from the caves of like the Middle East, Asia, and the Caucasus Mountains, right? Later on in time. So they never tell you how they got to the Caucasus Mountains later on in time. They never tell you that there was black people in so-called Middle East, right? But this is something that they used to teach and people used to know it. So, excuse me. This is just an image of what they are saying an Edomite woman would have looked like. This manly looking creature right here is not a man.
Good God.
This is a. It says the remains of a reconstructed Neanderthal woman was found in the cave of Gibraltar. She died at least 30,000 years ago, they claim, right, with their carbon dating system.
So like she looked like Barney from the Flintstones.
Yeah, she don't even look. She looks like the first transsexual. That's what she looks like. But moving on, this is what they claim a Native American woman would have looked like 5,000 years ago, right? Not too different than what she looks like now, if you want to be honest. All they did was take a black woman and, hey, okay, let's yeah, all right. Anyway, so that's a White Hawk woman, they say, right? And they claim she died giving childbirth. So yeah, I don't know how they able to tell all that from 5,000 years ago, but this right here is a man of the Germanic tribes, they claim, right? Who was in his 20s. Ain't that a thing? Look like he been smoking cigarettes way back then. Ain't that some wow, bro? See, I didn't read some of these, so sorry if I sound like surprised. Some of this stuff I just saw it and kept it pushing. This is a white woman named Jane, who was a young teenager from the 17th century. So they're just showing you white people, right? In Europe. Nothing that they haven't tried to show us before. This is a white man, Neolithic man. So this is another, like, you know, Neanderthal type dude. So that's giving you like a real life picture of Esau now, right? A man instead of the woman. This is the Cro-Magnon Japhet brother. This is another Edomite woman.
That don't look like the dude from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It do look like the dude from Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is not good. Esau, why are your women so... Never mind.
Ugly.
So I was going to tone it down. She looked... Man, brother. Anyway. So this is a so-called Anglo-Saxon man. This is a Saxon man. I'm not even going to call him Anglo-Saxon. This is a Saxon man from 500 AD. Because I'm going to show you Anglo-Saxon men from 500 AD, and they don't look like him. We're gonna bring it out. This is another teenager from Esau, right? This is yeah, we know this guy, right? Mr. Nero, the nasty man. We did a lesson on him, if you guys haven't seen that. This also is a woman. They claim this is a Mexican woman from the Yucatan. So they're trying to say Issachar looked like this way back in the day. But the Native American woman was this dark-skinned woman. That just don't make any sense, does it?
Not at all, because they lived in the same, close to the same area.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This might have been a sect of the Carib people is what she looks like. She doesn't look Mexican per se. But yeah. Anyway, this is okay, so check this out. This is when it started to get a little creepy. This one I was like, okay, let me see what else they're doing here. Because this is supposed to be a pharaoh from Egypt. And he looked a little pale. You know what I'm saying? From 3,500 years ago, right? They're saying this is the 18th dynasty pharaoh. This is Moses. The one that all the people, you know, all the Egyptologists like and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the Sarasut and Setiites and stuff. They like this dude, Moses the third. And he don't look that black. He looks like a Middle Eastern guy, right?
That's Steve Wilkos.
In fact, he looks just like the man that played in The Mummy. Right? This is supposed to be a dude from Dublin 500 years ago. I don't know what this is.
That was Moab.
Yeah, probably, most likely. Now, this is something that I want to show you guys, right? This man is supposedly King Henry IV of France from 1589 to 1610, right? Well, he was assassinated. No. He was king from 1589 to 1610, and he was assassinated by a fanatical Catholic. But check this out. The reason he was assassinated by a fanatical Catholic is because he was a man of Israelite descent that was doing the same thing that King James was doing. Check this out. I'm gonna show you something. Right? Ooh. And we'll get into the video once we go over these pictures. You know what I'm saying? They also got one of Jesus on here that I'm gonna show you guys after I show you this piece. So this right here, if you type in King Henry IV, right, real picture, third time's the charm. Obviously, you'd wonder why there's a black guy in the middle of this. Here's what I found online. Thank you. But the black guy this is a real image of King Henry, right? And it's actually in the same manner of that famous picture of King James, right? The one that says Jacobean on it, right? It's got the same type of outline on the picture and everything. You feel what I'm saying? So these are things that we have to see. They have another blacker looking picture of him, but they kind of gave him some white hair and stuff right here. So these are things that they did, right? That I noticed going through this thing. Then I was like, oh, okay. So they really was like trying to whitewash people through this trend right here. So I moved on. You know, this is a woman from South France, and we just saw the King of France. So we see what these women might have looked like, right? And I'm actually show you what Saint Mary Magdalene actually looked like. This is what they're saying Mary Magdalene looked like, right? In fact, let me see if I can find her right quick. Let me see if I can find Mary Magdalene. Where you at, Mary? Here she go. Okay. Come up, Mary. All right, let me show you this right quick. Oop. So they tell you Mary Magdalene's this white lady, or whatever that lady was, from France. But the icons have her as this woman, right? Well, no, this is Mother Teresa of Spain. She's daughter of the Queen of France. Hold on. Let me find Mary Magdalene. But y'all can see this right quick while we had that up there. I done pulled the wrong picture. But this is another nun, right? If Mother Teresa's black, why the hell would Mary Magdalene be, you know? But yeah. Let me see if I can find her right quick. If I can't, I'll find her before we end the video. Man, I don't see her. Must have put a picture in a different folder. But yeah, we'll check that out in a minute. I'm gonna show you these pictures in a little bit. But yeah, that's confidential information. Dang. But to get back to the little thing, the last picture I want to show y'all right quick before we get into the video, and I'll show y'all the rest of those pictures, is the picture they have of Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Who they call Jesus. This is the cheddar man, just to show you another phenotype of Japhet, right? So even Esau's telling you the original European man wasn't a white man. He looked like this. Or they're trying to tell you he looked like this. They still kind of gave him some white features. They gave him blue eyes and stuff. Not all of them had blue eyes. This is like they're trying to give him like the Dravidian phenotype, but they didn't all have blue eyes. That's just the facts. Now this, they're going backwards again, right? This is this is King Tut, right? Now I've done videos before where I showed you guys the actual, what's it called, the sarcophagus or whatever of King Tut. He looks like Barack Obama, right? But this is the King Tut that these anthropologists have created to show you in school and to put in the next round of history books that they're going to show your kids once they get older, right? This is what they're going to say King Tut looked like. So these are the things that we got to be wary of, right? So lastly, let me get past the ad. Hold on. Look, this is Mary, Queen of the Scots. This is King James' daughter. Right? Do y'all see this? This is damn near preposterous how they did her. Right quick, before we continue, let me show you what she looked like in real life. Hold up. Go to my Stewart folder. Where you at?
And why you looking for that? You know what's funny, bro?
What's up?
You know, when we explain, we try to pull people to the side, talk to them about the Bible. And they say, I don't read that Bible. That's a white man's book. And then we're like, how do you know that? It was like King James was a white homosexual. And then you tell them that they're black. Do you know they try to act like we just drew a picture of somebody black and said that, hey, now this is Jesus. He's black. This is King James. He's black. This is Moses. He's black. And then we just got it widespread on Google for the world to see. Right? We don't have that much power. But the so-called white man, the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, he has enough power to change the faces of the judges thereof, as was prophesied in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So we got to think about that, man. We're not making this stuff up, man. Esau is their own whistleblower. They do things and then they tell on themselves about it because they don't think we're going to read. They don't think we're going to research. See?
So I don't even got my King James folder on here. I can show y'all this thing on my phone in a minute, but just a simple Google search. This is the national portrait of King James. So this Mary Queen Scots that they had in the picture was King James' mother. He has a daughter named Mary too, Mary Elizabeth or Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? But this is his mom, right? Mary Queen of the Scots. Scots also, if you know anything about language and linguistics, it's a word meaning black, right? Scot means black. So she's Mary, Queen of the Blacks, is technically what this says right here. So she's black, right? Scotland is black land. They ran Scotland, Wales, and then England was the first territory he took over that the Edomites were predominantly at because of the Saxon takeover. So that became a situation where, he's the first king of England or Angelland, right? Because they took it over. So after it was reunited as England and it wasn't separated into these Saxon tribes anymore, which I could do a lesson on that. Shout out to Priest Daniel for giving me that book. But there's some stuff that happened in between that basically united Europe again with the blacks and the whites, and that's how King James ended up ruling over both of them, right? So
hey, Salaki, let me share my screen.
That's a lot of history. So yeah, go ahead.
Let me share my screen real quick and just back up what the brother said, because the brother said it, right? And people are, oh, you just said it. Okay, well, all right. Now look at this, right? This is King James of Scotland and England. The brother just said it. He just said it, right? Let's get another one. Right? Boom. Here's another one. Right? He said the first territory, he was the king of Scotland, but the first territory was England. Look at that. I believe this one's another one. Salakia. I believe this one was another one, if you keep it real. But who knows? Right? Here's the two put together. Right? The two that we just showed you. Hey man. But look how many because as you can see, I put King James of Scotland. Do you know how many is gonna come up before you get to the real ones?
Look. Check this out. Look. You see three places here. 4 places. You see Bohemia, you see Scotland, you see England, and you see Denmark, right? And you see Holy Roman Empire. Now I'm gonna read to you guys what it says. This is King James' daughter. This is Elizabeth, Queen of Bohemia, right? Mary Elizabeth or just Elizabeth. It says, Elizabeth of Bohemia from 1596 to 1662, daughter of King James VI of Scotland and first of England and Ireland, mother of Anne of Denmark. Her daughter was married to the ruler of Denmark. So best believe we had people there too, right? The wife of Frederick V, the Elector. I have Frederick in a folder that we're going to show you later. He's also a brother, right? Yeah, so they're part of the Stuart dynasty, right? Stuart also being a word that means black. So that's just that. Let me show you this last picture on this thing. Everybody that just came in the building, hit the like button. Baba Kusha. Let me see what we got going on here.
Hey, King Trey, you right. That book is very expensive. That's why I tried to get some pictures off of Russian icons to try to put onto the thumbnail that you see on the video. There's one that I tried to find, but they're trying to take it off.
For COVID, y'all had a chance to get that thing for a little bit discount.
Hey, man, they even took offline the one with the white man painting the picture. I think it was Moses he was painting, or Paul. He was repainting. He had the original copy, and then he was painting the white version. I don't know. Maybe you know where I can find that, Elliot, but I tried to find it for the thumbnail. Can't even find it no more. I used to be able to find it.
Damn, I don't know where they. I don't know why that's gone. Everybody got that on their posters. But so yeah, as you see, we just showed you guys the picture of King James' mother. This is what they say she looks like. We showed you the picture of King James' daughter. They don't have her on here, but yeah, this is just another Egyptian woman. She doesn't look Egyptian. Yeah. Okay, Jesus, right? They only gave you two possible depictions of Jesus, and neither one of them is black. Neither one of them got woolly hair. They gave you this one, right? And then they gave you DJ Khaled, right? That's who they gave us right here. So, I just wanted to point that out as to why I decided to do this, because this is something that's continuing to be taught, right? So, just right quick, since I don't have my King James folder on this computer, this is a newer computer. This is a book you could buy. King James. Let me see. All right, there we go. King James, the fourth and the sixth and the fourth, and the reunion of Christendom. It's from Cambridge University Studies, right? Cambridge Studies.
King James the sixth.
Early modern British history. You see that? So they're letting you know this is an actual historical book, and the picture on the front is that same picture that Julie showed you, right?
You said it was King James the sixth or the fourth? You said
the sixth. King James the sixth and the first, and the reunion of Christendom, because he was bringing everything together, right? These are the fake images of King James, right? Before they got the Google search straight. This is King James, daddy and mommy, on a coin. This is King James' oldest son, Charles. And it's got the Leviathan right here on the poster. Right? It says King Charles I of England, House of Stuart, executed in 1649. Right? So this is an actual poster. Now, this is a poster of fake King James family, right? You see that? That's his daughter, Elizabeth, the one that had the coin in the middle, and all his sons and his daughters and his other daughter at the bottom, right? The less important daughters. And then we have a white image of King James, right? Now check this out. This is the iconoclasm, okay? I'm going to show you guys something. We're going to Google that word right quick. Iconoclasm. All right. Okay. All right, iconoclasm definition. It's like, oh, look at that. And they're giving you images of the icons. Ain't that just amazing how Google works? The Byzantine Empire, which is the empire that we ran in the empire they call Rome, right? Or in the land they call Rome, I should say. So iconoclasm, the action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices. So they have attacked, right, and assertively rejected the Bible's beliefs by telling us that, you know, the laws and stuff are done away with, and that the people of the Bible are black, Hispanic, and Native American, so-called, which in the Bible all classifies as black, right? Which in America used to classify as black or Negro, right? So they're all the same. No new thing under the sun. But then it says the rejection and destruction of religious images as heretical, however you pronounce that word, and the doctrine of iconoclasm, right? So these heretics right here have destroyed our religious images and the fact that they've tried to replace themselves with them. Can you give me First Maccabees 3 and 48 right quick?
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
This is the Queen of Bohemia, Elizabeth, right? This is her body. Okay? So, this is what they told you she looked like. But this is what she actually looked like, right? They made her a black woman. So, let me see what else we got. Go ahead. This is the picture of King James, that original one, right? You see? This is the whitewash image of King James. They put the same setting. They just gave him a hat so that they don't have to change the type of hair he got. They changed the color of his beard, right? They gave him a more Edomite nose. You know what I'm saying? And they changed his complexion. That's how they used to do it. This is a picture that's in the middle of it. Because they had paintings, they didn't just go all out. They've just destroyed the pictures that were in the middle. But they had paintings where they went through stages of trying to change things. They didn't just do it because we weren't all the way out of control. You know what I'm saying? So they had to ease us into the thing before they completely kicked us out with the, slavery and stuff. This is another picture of Charles, just to show y'all, and then we're going to get into this video. This is the black boy, King James II, his second son. This is a Google search, very important. Before the algorithm was messed up, I just typed in King James, didn't have to type in black, and it shows you both of them, Black James and White James. Black James is Great Bible, White James, Church and King, because they want the king to be white. You know what I'm saying? They can't change the history, though, that the black man is the one that had them translate the Bible, gave them permission, however you want to look at it. This is a coin, because once again, just like his daughter, the coins don't lie, of King James in this depiction. Okay? So, and this is just a full body picture of his mom. And then a picture of his pops with his mom. All right?
Now we repainted King James and we repainted his whole family. Come on, bro. Well, let's be real, right? Hey, send me I'm gonna have I don't want LEL send me these pictures or a couple of them because he got a lot. And y'all send me an email to Sons of Thunder Israelites nc@gmail.com. I'll send them to y'all.
Hey, hold on. Wait, time out. Let me show you how I got the pictures.
Oh, that'll help. And I'm gonna get this precept after you finish because hey, we can't get away either.
Wait, look. The way Google algorithms work, right? We can't get in trouble for this because it's on Google. And I ain't gonna cuss. So look, the way Google algorithms work, all you gotta do is type in black to see if they was black. If the person's got black pictures, then you can look it up to see if the pictures were orchestrated or if they're real. 9 times out of 10, though, they happen to be real after you do the research. So, let me see. Frederick the Elector. All right. Let's look at him. We just Google good old Frederick. This is what he comes up as, right? What's that fat white boy with the red hair that like to cook and he raps? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, Judah?
La.
Damn. Somebody know who I'm talking about. He a fat, short
Say it
white boy.
again.
He's a fat, short white boy. He got red hair. He raps, and he like to cook. He got like a cooking channel or something. He's a rapper.
I don't know who that
Like
is.
Cherry, but then he started cooking because he big. Anyway, he looked like
I look
this.
like Bubba Sparks.
There you go. Bubba Sparks will work. I'll take that. But
And he's
anyway,
from Atlanta, might I add.
this this is what they say Frederick the Elector looked like, right? But back when I was in college, I saw a priest thing I would do a lecture, and I looked up Frederick the Elector. You just keep that there.
They said it's Action Bronson.
There you go. That's his name. That dude looked like Action Bronson.
Shout out to the chat, man.
Oh wow. Did they move this picture? Oh, that's a brother right there. This is Frederick the Elector. Oh, this is John of Saxony. This is his homie. Damn, I ain't never seen a picture of John. Aha! That's crazy. This isn't him, but this is a dude from a later time period who's another elector, and he's still a Negro. That's great. But anyway, let me find Frederick. The last time I did this, his picture was not this hard to find. I might have to just go through my here. Let me see if I got him on here. Frederick. That's him right there, right? No, that's Persinius Nigger. Here we go. All right. I'll just show you this picture because they apparently made the coin hard to find. But I'll do it with the other dudes in a minute, just to show you that you could actually just look them up as black and they'll pop up. Like, okay, look, we could look up Peter just before I show you him. All right? Apostle.
Yeah, there's too many Peters, my brother.
Yeah, my bad. I thought, hey, they disrespectful. But this is Peter, right? So they say. Now, bam. This is Paul. That's not Peter. This is Peter and Paul. Here we go. That's a good one. Paul, Peter. Peter, Paul. Paul's the one with the cul-de-sac. But yeah, every time they draw Paul, they gave him a cul-de-sac. I don't know why. There they go again. Peter, cul-de-sac. They did Paul dirty.
Said Paul was stressed out, man.
I don't know if Paul had a cul-de-sac for real, but that's how they used to draw him. You know what I'm saying? Man. But yeah, you see? So it just depending on who it is, they might tell you the truth. They might make it real difficult because Frederick the Elector is somebody close to time. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want you to know he black. But I'm going to show you him in a minute. Let me show you him right quick. Good old Frederick. This is the man that married King James' daughter. Let me show here we go. Oh, wrong picture. How the hell? There he is. So this dude right here, right? Elector Frederick, right? Wise of Saxony. Okay. As you know, and as you see, Saxony, it's talking about black people because these were the ones that they're calling Anglo-Saxons, right? It was still us that was ruling these lands. This is a coin that I used to be able to find on Google the last time in the last video when I did the Google search, the coin popped up. The coin ain't popping up right now. I don't know why. But this is the coin. It's got the eagle on the back of it, right? Because we was into that junk back during that time period. But this is clearly a big old. This looked like the dude that was in Scorpion King that went against the Rock. The dude that passed away. I forget his name. But yeah, that's a big black brother right there. So that's Frederick. And from what the records show, from what I've seen, his wife Elizabeth, she wasn't no small lady either. She was pretty big, King James' daughter. So, but yeah, just to show you guys some pictures, right? And some folks while we doing this. Before we get into the video, I'll go ahead and let y'all see these pictures so I ain't gotta go back to them. And we'll just pull this up. All right, we'll start with you. All right. Y'all can see this?
Come.
Okay, bet. So here, I'll try to. So this is King Boris, right? He's of Bulgaria, okay? So this is a brother that was over there in that time period. If you look him up now, he's a white guy, right? King Boris. This is Paul, right? This is from the Russian icons. This is Saint Vladimir and his sons from Russia, right? 1560, right? If I'm not tripping, one of the brothers, yeah, one of them killed the other one and stuff like that on some Cesare Borgia type stuff. This is another brother. I forget who this dude is, but he's another king from that time period. This is an image of Henry II. So I showed you Henry IV. This is Henry II, still a brother. Who's this sister? All right. Virginia of Navarre. She's a queen of England as well, the wife of Richard I, right? So she just looks like a little light-skinned sister, right? This is a picture I hate. This shows you that we used to actually intermingle with Esau even during the time of the Byzantine Empire. This is the Byzantine Emperor Emmanuel I, and he's with what's her name? Mary Antioch, I believe. So her last name's Antioch. To let you guys know, she goes back to the ruler that was actually ruling over us during the during the time period of Antiochus Epiphanes, right? King of Antioch, right? So she goes back to the line of those ruling class of people, the Antiochus, right? So yeah, and we was marrying her folks, you know what I'm saying? Later on, as you see in the picture right here, because Emmanuel got with her. So then they would have kids, and then those kids would have kids, and so on and so forth. And this type of thing would happen all throughout history until we completely lost the throne, right? Just to show you that this type of junk happens, because they even documented it with pictures, and the pictures still exist to this day. Some of them. Let's move on. This is Charles V of France, right? So he's a brother. He's got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's returning the sword to Constantinople, right? I'm not sure if these were brothers or if this was like somebody else, but Charles is the young brother right here with the sword. This is the king right here, returning it to this other dude in another land. So that's just some other stuff. This is the shrine of Charlemagne, right? That's another Charlemagne image. This is supposed to be Pope Gregory. That's Frederick. And these are just some other folks. Alexander Dumas. I don't know if that's a real picture. This is Ignatius Sancho. He's an author from the UK back in that time period. He was a brother. Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff, right? So that's a Medici. If I'm not mistaken, his mother was black, but his father was an Edomite. So he's not actually Jake. You know what I'm saying? He's an Edomite. But yeah, this is another Frederick. This is Louis the 16th, if I'm not mistaken. This is an image of him as a black man. So it's a lot of different things that they got out there of people who were different. This is Mother Teresa, right? And this is a coat of arms from the book Nature Knows No Color Line. This is Persinius Niger, who was a general back during the time of around the time of Septimius Severus. This is Constantine, right? The guy you all know that did the councils and stuff. And these are some more Japhetites, right? Real ones. real Bulgarians. You feel me? So yeah, that's just to show you a little bit of that, right? So now to get into the little entertainment with the truth.
Let me get this preset real quick.
Go ahead. We're gonna get a lot of presets before we play this video. I'm just gonna get
Because Israel, we can't get away. You know what I'm saying? We can't get away. We allow these Edomites and these other nations to reconstruct the images of our people to say that it was them, right? Now we just seen, not only did they reconstruct the image of Christ or whoever else, Moses, Paul, whoever else, they went as far as to reconstruct major kings that ruled through the so-called dark ages where we ruled the earth. So then we prove that, and you say it's a stretch to say that the Jews are black and they are imposters. That's with this information. It's not far-fetched to say, right? And our people believe their oppressor. Our people believe the so-called white man, and they'll come up to us at camp and say, "I don't believe that Bible because it was written by a white man." And a white man's the person who told you that because he wants to keep you from your book, right? And we've allowed them to do that, and this is not the first time it's happened. I'm gonna get Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse. Is it this what I want? Is it 16 and 17? Let me see. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 17. It says, "Thou hast also taken thy failed jewels of my gold and my silver, which I have given thee, and made thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them." Right? So we used to do the same thing. We used to get images of men, right? And commit whoredom with them. This ain't nothing new, man. This ain't nothing new under the sun, man. And we got to come out of this, man. You quit believing your oppressor more than you believe your brothers on the corner, right? You believe rich people more. And Sirach, I think it's in the book of Sirach. Sirach says that, right? When a rich man speaketh, everybody lends their ear, but nobody takes to heart or takes any account of what the things of the poor man said. When Joel Osteen and Joyce Meyer and Creflo and T.D. Jakes, they say something, y'all listen. When your brothers is on the corner doing what the Bible actually told them to do, y'all don't take no account of it, man. That's going to be to your own destruction, man. We got to come out of that mentality, all right? I yield on that.
Hold on just a second.
Hey, now that's a cut. I ask this question all the time.
What?
Do you think a white man will write a Bible that says they're going to go into captivity for what they did? Why didn't they take that out? Since they took out so many other things in the Bible, or Salakia, since they wrote the Bible, why would they write that part? When they knew they led other people in captivity.
Let's let them tell us what the heck going on, though, right? So, hold on. In fact, before we do that, we already know about Mashaki Howard Shah. You should anyway, right? But since it's Milk Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and give me, give me Sirach 24:23. I'll just say it.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 23.
So this video that we're about to play right now, right? This is the video with Blair Underwood on the Donahue show. He's going to talk about how it's important that, so if you're wondering why brothers in the 90s used to be able to ask the question in the early 2000s, they used to be able to ask Jake on the street, "Hey, Jake, you still got white Jesus in your church, right?" And then Jake would say yes. And then you'd have a conversation about that. Now you ask that question, most Jakes say no. Reason why is because of Blair Donahue. It's because of Blair Underwood and all the other people that got behind his movement. He started a movement in the 90s, and in 93, he got on the Donahue show. He was actually able to talk about this on TV, right? And had people in the audience that supported his movement, people in the audience that didn't support his movement. So his movement ended up getting big enough to where a lot of the black churches end up taking the white Jesus out of their church, even though they still teach a white Jesus and don't teach against white Jesus. They just took the white Jesus images off their church. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this video is kind of going to talk about, and how it's detrimental to Black, Hispanic, and Native American are the exact words that Blair Underwood used for them to see and worship a white Jesus because of the things that have happened to them. White folks know that, and that this white picture of Jesus is just, something that's forwarding the oppression of white supremacy. So, Sirach 24:23, right quick. Judy, you there?
I'm sitting here reading on mute, Salaki. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24, verse 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob.
Right. So this is our book, right? Everybody in this book is supposed to be somebody that's connected to the heritage of the congregations of Jacob. So it's not something that's made up. It's not something that you could just say color don't matter, which is what they like to teach us, right? That can't be the case because this whole book and everybody in it that wrote about it, that wrote for the people and all that type of stuff, is connected to a heritage. They have a race of people, a culture that race is connected to, right? And laws, statutes, and commandments that they're supposed to keep. So that's what this book is supposed to be about. That's what it entitles. So it's important to properly portray those people, right? The scriptures tell us, even when it comes to the Messiah, we're supposed to believe on him as the scriptures have said. It's the same thing with the prophets as well, and all the other people that the Bible is about, right? So that being said, Jeremiah 17:1 right quick.
Salaki, I was taking that precept down because I've been meaning to put that in my Bible for the longest. Right. You said Jeremiah 17:11?
17:1.
Okay, Salaki, my bad. Okay. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars.
Keep going.
Whilst their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills, O my mountains in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil.
So look, while we still remembered what was going on, the Most High promised us he was going to give our substance and everything we knew, everything we loved, everything that made us who we are as a people, right? He's going to give that to these heathen. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what do you think that means? You think that just means our land? No, bro, because there was the identity that made us who we were. He also gave our identity to these people, which is how a big, not just the only way, but it's a big factor as into how Psalms 83 comes into play, right? So these are things we got to understand with this, right? Esau, the so-called, white man, he's in a situation where he's literally been able to take somebody's identity and live as that person, and then give that person a separate identity and make the world believe that that person is this person of a separate identity, right? So that's something that the Most High promised us will happen. Keep going.
O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil.
And thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, right? Everything that make you who you are is your substance, right? What makes you an Israelite? Your spirit, the way you act, the way you carry yourself, right? Don't Esau try to act black?
Right.
He even could mimic your substance. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to literally take everything that you have. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Read the verse 5.
And thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not.
Right.
For you have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Read the verse 5.
Verse 5. Thus saith the Most High, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Most High.
You see that? And that's what we're talking about. Because usually it's Jake that believes the situation with the white folks, right? And what the prophets look like. And not being able to connect themselves to the Bible, which is why they believe the Bible is a white man's book and all this other stuff, right? That we could get into. All of it from this video that we're going to watch, it stems from the fact that we can't see ourselves in the Bible because of the images that have been put out there, which is why read that first Maccabees 3 and 48 one more time before we get into this video, which is why this scripture was written. And it was written at this early of a time. It was written before Hamashiach Yahushua comes on the scene, because Esau had to make sure he did this, you know, he started making this happen before that was to come to pass. He had to start getting it into everybody's mind to respect the white man. And the best way to do it was to make himself be the prophet, right? Was to make himself be the most important people on the planet, the people that's above all people on the face of the earth. And he started to do it early on once he took over the temple, once he took the capital over, right? So during the time of Antiochus, basically. So go ahead and read that right quick.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right. And that's what they've done, man. And it's not just with the book of the law. It stems a lot further than that, right? It's also with history. Because every historical figure, like we just went over in the thing, those wasn't even half of the people that's been, you know, whitewashed into white people that I showed you guys in the little folder that I got. You know what I'm saying? That's just a couple of the prominent people. There's a lot more just regular politicians that was, you know, if you look them up in history, there was big things that happened. They was actually black people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them dudes that you used to hear about with the white wigs on and stuff like that were big time judges back in England and stuff like that, way back in the day. They was black people before the time of slavery, of course. But these are things that they all have taken from us and have hid from history. They don't put it in the history books that they use in schools because that would make us start to see ourselves in those places, which would make us start to feel like more than Africans, which would make us then start to see the power that we used to exhibit throughout the earth, which would then make us want that power back. Just like when a black man thinks he's from Europe, right? I mean, not Europe. When a black man thinks he's from Egypt, excuse me, it's like they both got E's. But when a black man thinks he's from Egypt, right? He wants to be an Egyptian, straight up. He starts, you know, saying all that Egyptian stuff, starts changing his name, starts wearing Egyptian garments and stuff like that. He might even cut all his hair off and get a side lock. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers go all out when they feel like they're connected to something. So if they could completely disconnect us to what they know we're connected to, we're not going to want to be connected to it. They showed us pictures of black people in Egypt, which is why black people wanted to be Egyptian, right? They ain't showed us no black Jewish people yet because they don't want you to be black and Jewish. They've showed you Ethiopian Jewish people, but most black people know we're not Ethiopian. The ones that just see Ethiopian people used to run Egypt, they're the only ones that go for that. So these are the things that we got to understand. It all stems off of what we see. And Esau found that out early. And obviously Blair Underwood and a couple other people did too. So without further ado, let's see what Mr. Donahue has to say.
What color? Black. Black? What color was he?
Damn. Wait. I didn't even notice that. You heard that black voice? Just Caucasian. You heard that? So he's letting you know back in 93, it was really Jake that felt like, you know, and that black Jesus ain't even a black Jesus. I want to make that clear because I just now seen a close up of this. Judah, that ain't no black guy, right?
Nah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So he got a white Jesus and a white Jesus with a tan. But neither one of them is black Jesus. Okay.
Human, if you're a Christian, you believe that he was the second son of the Blessed Trinity. He was the Son of God. He was divine, but he was expressed in his 33 years on earth as a human being. And now coming forward are not a few very, very active people to say that the presentation of a white Jesus down through history before people of color has served to characterize the Caucasian as superior, as the best, as better than others. And more than that, has perpetuated a lie on the people of color and continued their enslavement. That's right. Here.
So look, we got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in there, and the intro statement was fact, right? That's how he's starting the show. Now he's finna introduce Blair. We're gonna fast forward through all that crap because I don't want to hear about his childhood. I don't care about all that. No offense. So 440. All right, we're gonna start here.
Jesus, throughout your childhood, was white. Is that so?
That's correct. But we were always told that he was a man of color. Before we get into it, you have to understand what is black. What is blackness? Blackness is.
Now, I'm only playing this part because I want you guys to hear this stupid statement he gonna make. Even though it's a good idea for him to come on the stage and say what he's saying, what he think black is stupid. And it's still niggas that think like that, right? Which is why they feel, even though they know that Jesus is black, color don't matter. Because of the way that they've been taught to think of what black is. Which is why even though he did all this, he's still an Israelite in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because so brothers like Blair, they know Jesus is black, but they still feel like Jesus is here to save everybody. They can't see Jesus as a savior for black people, even though they know what black people have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Which don't make no damn sense. But he's going to explain to you, Jesus is a man that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been forced to, believe is a white person, and that's been detrimental to the way that they live in society here in America, right? So.
This is one of three things. It's either a perception, what you see. When you look at me, Phil, you see a man of a darker hue. It's either a state of mind.
I want to point this out too now. He said man of a darker hue. So also there were educated people in the day, back in the 90s, right? That felt like, hey, hue, we know what hue is. So when you say the word human, they know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Ray Donahue's going to use the word human in a way that lets you know he knows a human is a person of color. Because a woman's going to ask the question, he's going to say, well, if we think that Jesus was a human being, then we have to look at, his ethnicity. We have to say it's important. Because the woman starts to say, it doesn't matter if he's black, blue, green, or red, What Jesus said is all that matters. So, yeah, that's
and that's other words for shut up, Negro. Quit saying because that's what they always do. They don't say that to say if he was black, I would accept him. They're saying it doesn't matter if he's blah, 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 which means just leave him white.
Right.
Leave him white. It doesn't matter if he's black. No, it does matter, because if you're saying that, then the 10 Commandments don't matter. If you're saying that, then the prophecies of Yahweh's return doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, then saying the law is done away with through the misconception of what Matthew 5:17-19 means, that doesn't matter, right? Whatever God put in the Bible or had his prophets write down in the scripture, it matters. The problem is they don't see themselves in that. They can't use that to be superior, so they say, oh, it doesn't matter. Come on, man. Right. Come on, get out of here. Shout out to Sister Halima, man. Shalom, sis.
Yeah, shalom, sis. I'm trying to find my other charger. I don't see it. Anyway, so yeah.
And Slocky, my bad. Jason, I was just about to say that. They will never have these conversations on TV now. Back then, information was important, right? But this information now will wake up too many minds of the ignorant.
That's the problem.
Right. Our people didn't act like they act now. Our young brothers on the corner didn't act like they act now. They was up there listening to Khalid Muhammad, listening to Farrakhan, listening to Malcolm X, listening to Martin Luther King, listening to Fred Hampton. Now our brothers on the corner, they're selling drugs to their people, prostituting their women.
But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. No offense to y'all, older folk and stuff, right? The people of Blair's generation, y'all was listening to Farrakhan and all that other stuff, and y'all wasn't doing a damn thing about nothing. Rodney King got his ass beat, and y'all just tore up your own stuff, right? So they know, with y'all generation, how to get us. So now it's to the point where we done learned, let's not tear up your own stuff as much, just march with the white people, and you'll be all right. But that still has not worked. But because they got us in the mind frame of marching, that's where we at right now, right? If Blair's generation would have been like us, where, you know, we got NFAC to pop up for a little bit. It was brothers at a time in our generation recently where they was willing to do something. They went and got guns and stuff, right? Wasn't nobody standing in front of, you know, cops with no guns back in the 90s. If they was, Donahue was not going to be having no conversations like this on TV, right? So that's what needs to be clear with that as to why they won't have those conversations now. If this was put on the Oprah show back when she had a show, or even on OWN or something like that, like young brothers would be wilding because they hear about this junk. You know what I'm saying? If it was put on TV, it would be more believable when we're out there on the street, because now we have, you know, just like the Nation of Islam could say, yeah, and Farrakhan said, and everybody knows what Farrakhan is, so make it sound like it's believable. You can believe what he said because he's Farrakhan, right? If we would have had brothers that was able to go on TV and not look crazy like the niggas on Montel Williams show, right? Then it puts us in a situation where it's like, okay, it's all right. You feel me? So that's type of stuff that we gotta understand with that. So it's the censorship thing. They found out how to censor us and what type of generation they need to let this stuff come out in.
Hey, hey, Salaki Adawan, you one of the young ones. You know what I'm saying? You just turned 30. You all right? That's funny. Hey, but look, what he just said was true. Because listen, we've all seen the meme on Facebook. We are not our ancestors. You see what I'm saying? We marched our people, not we, but our people around our age group, me and Elliot age group. We march in the street because we saw our ancestors doing it, thinking it's the right way.
And now, they teach it to you every February.
Hey, but listen, now it's coming to the point where, hey, bro, we about to mess something up. So if you let a show come out that is widely watched, such as Donahue, let Jerry Springer and Maury and Steve Wilkos bring the Israelites up there. Rap. They will never do it. It will never happen. The days of information and dialogue is over, man. You got to get it off these corners before the family of the word hits, man. Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to let this play for a minute. I'm going to go find my charger. I'm going to come right back. I'm going to let it play for like a minute.
Of mine who are white, and you'll say, and they know more about African American heritage and culture than some black people. And you'll say, well, he's a brother. Thirdly, when we talk about blackness, it's defined by your ancestral lineage, your genealogical line. If you go to the genealogical line of Jesus, there are people of color throughout his lineage completely. And the thing is, before
he got into Jesus part, everything he said was wrong. I just wanted to say that. Okay. Now I'll let it go.
Anybody can take issue with this film or with this entire issue, and it's not a novel idea. The significance of this film is it's never been on camera. A black Jesus has never been on camera. Right? Certainly not a crucifixion. So it's been there, and it's important to establish that because of all the things you said. We talked about the justice system, but once we get beyond that, then and only then it becomes relevant.
Yeah. I want to make sure I understand your position here, Blair. You do seem to be finessing a bit. The color is a matter of the heart. And you're right. There are white people who have been so very, very exemplary in their continued effort to ensure that the civil rights of all people are protected. Mm-hmm. That people of color, minorities, have started to refer to them as brother or sister. Mm-hmm. Great. Mm-hmm. But they're still white. I think you are suggesting that there's some pretty good historical anthropological evidence suggesting that Jesus just probably was black. Am I correctly stating your?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
In that,
was he a Jewish black guy?
There's no question. We're talking about a Jewish man from Jerusalem who more than likely, there were no camcorders or Polaroid cameras then, but more than likely had to have been a man of color. We're talking about probabilities.
Are you there, Cole?
No, you should let it go.
I should let it go. Okay, it was getting good.
Yes, Phil. I just want to say that when God said he was going to make man in his image, he did not mean white, green, or any color. It was supposed to be spiritually like him.
Very good.
And that's important.
Yes, well.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, what scripture is that?
Hey, now it's going to get good, right? So now you done heard.
Lord.
This shit for you. So look. You done heard Blair's point of view, right? So hold on, let me see what's going on. What the comment saying? I'm left. Okay. Oh, y'all talking about age. All right, yeah. All
They were
y'all
talking
old
about
brothers.
basically what you were saying earlier about how our age is different from our ancestors.
Yeah. If you over 30, you different than our ancestors. I mean, if you under 30, you different than our ancestors. Are you 30-year-old and over, brothers? I don't know. Some of y'all is subjective.
Hey, Ryan gonna get you for that one.
No, I'm playing, bro. But look, so Donahue is about to check old boy, right? Well, old girl, whoever it is on the car, I couldn't really remember right now. But it was a woman right there. Yeah. So he about to check old girl. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna hear a lot of callers, right? Don't get mad, y'all. It was a joke. But he's about to get on a lot of people, and it's gonna put him in a situation where he's gonna get the callers to basically call in. They're gonna be challenging. Some of them are gonna agree with Blair Underwood, but the majority of them are actually gonna go against him, right? So when they go against him, what you're gonna see is Donahue's actually gonna hop on Blair's side and correct some of his people, right? So this is what's gonna kind of make it funny because it's gonna show you Donahue knows what the truth is, and even though he's not gonna directly say it, he's gonna always check the people, you know what I'm saying, the pale ones, as they should be checked. But it's gonna be like a hardcore subliminal check without him actually saying what the truth is. So check this out. And you see all the white people clap, and even this coon nigga clap, right? But then Donahue is gonna bring everybody back to life. Tell her she's, doing something with a baby. I don't know what he about to. Hold on.
No, that's. I tell you, caller, I very much appreciate your thoughtful comment. Except you are kissing a baby here.
Okay, kissing a baby. I don't know what that phrase means. Are you 32 and older people got to tell me what that means because I don't know. But yeah, whatever that means.
And you're waving a flag. These.
Okay. I guess it means you're waving the flag. Yeah. So you 32 and older people got to tell me why he used kissing a baby as waving the flag because nobody from my generation will understand what that means.
Active people who want to, as you'll see in a moment, there are people who are taking down the white Jesus because that is he has been presented for 2,000 years before peoples of all color as a Caucasian European.
I got through.
Europe. Oh, you got two lines coming in on one. That's a pretty good sign, Blair. You've kind of rung the bell here. So please don't miss the point. It's not enough to say, hey, we're all God's children. If you continue to present Jesus this way before little African-American children or people of color all over the world, they grow up somehow believing that way down inside, white is better.
Plus the fact that we're talking about the historical figure. We are created in God's image, but
now, he about to do some more cool stuff. But you heard what the white man said, right? He told you what the mindset of his people is. If we give y'all this image, you'll disconnect yourself from the people that this image is connected to. And you'll always think because this is connected to the Messiah and to who we call God, right? Because we taught you the Messiah is God and he looked like this, you're going to think, we're that. You're going to associate us with that. Therefore,
It's lucky.
white is better.
Hey, Donahue said, hey, man, my last name is Donahue. Just please let me get in that number. Please.
Donna color. Mm-hmm.
Donna must mean lack of.
But this man, Jesus, the actual human being we're speaking of.
Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am.
You wanted to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say I'm a 32-year-old white female who was raised Catholic, and I just have to say that no matter if Jesus is black, white, green, red, I believe in the supreme being, and I think that's what we all have to look at.
May I ask the Catholic this question?
Yes.
How would it be okay with? I assume you're a churchgoer.
Well, no, not as much as I was.
Well, but you've been all right. Well, it's not this. Would you approve of your pastor changing the color of Jesus statues to black in your church?
If that was what my church did, that
Salakia. Now she's a 70-year-old lying white woman. You lying.
No. He gonna bring it out. He gonna prove she lying in a minute. Watch. Every time that one of them sound like they on our side, he pull it out of them like, nah, lady, we know you lying. And just look at the crowd. So every time the cameraman, I want you to pay attention. Every time this happens, the cameraman's gonna tactfully catch white people in the crowd, and their faces are gonna show you that the white lady's lying. And then Donahue is gonna make the white lady tell you she's lying. Watch.
Hey, yo, Salakia, Donahue had the best cameraman of all time.
Bro, he did. I bet it was a brother. I bet it was a brother.
Right. Go ahead.
Look at a picture of Jesus and say, oh, that's Jesus.
Look at her face, bro. You saw that, Chuck? Hey, y'all remember them old cartoon videos of General Ashar? How they used to show the Edomites?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I'm watching when I see their faces when it zoom in like that.
They be like,
look at a picture.
Look at that man.
Jesus say, oh, that's Jesus. I have a feeling within me
Right.
that there's a supreme being.
But what
and it
color
doesn't
has
matter
what color has Jesus been throughout your childhood?
White. And
What
I
color-
think that's ridiculous
What
because,
color was his mother?
you know,
Here we go.
who knows? And I don't think anyone.
Look, that's a white lady that agrees with Donahue. So
Thank you,
she let
Eliel.
you know, right? She let you know. Really, white lady? Really?
thank
You don't
you,
know what
Eliel.
color his mama was? Why you call in and agree with him and now you don't know what color his mama was? Come on now.
Eliel, that was perfect. That was masterful how you paused it on that lady's face. Because that's the face we all just made. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Even
Now, he
her
just
pearls
told you
made
that
it
Jesus was black, but we don't know what the color his mama is. Get out of here.
Look how dramatic she is. She's like, oh my gosh, did she really just say that? I'm embarrassed. Oh my
She
goodness.
just made all of us look stupid.
Oh, I'm appalled. How dare you?
Flabbergasted.
She was going to cuss. Then she remembered, oh, Jesus. She was going to say, you effing heifer.
Those people that are on your show that are.
Look, you saw her laughing at her. Like, yeah, we would have said that too. We would have said it too, huh, Mom? Mom's like, yeah.
I must tell you this. I'm older than you are, but there were no black statues in my childhood.
Well, right.
I mean, everybody. St. Teresa, Joseph.
Then we just show. Wait, hold on. Why did he mention St. Teresa first?
Because she's Catholic.
Didn't we just show you Mother Teresa? The real one? As a black lady? Let me pull it back up for you. He noticed, bruh. First he mentioned black statues. Then he say, we never had a Mother Teresa. Ding, 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 ding. Louise Mary Therese, or Teresa, daughter of Queen of France. And she's a nun.
I made that white people face on that one.
She's a daughter of a queen. He's saying we ain't got no statues of her. Where's she at?
Everybody. The guardian angel was white.
Right. They were all white. And I'm just saying, but just because that's how we were raised.
So that Saint Teresa, the white lady, y'all know, she took a title from that woman that I showed you there, right? She's the real one. Then they had a lady that did it. They gave it a name, and then that's who y'all know. But the real one was us. And Donahue knows it. That's why he mentioned her first, right? He's calling him out. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Doesn't
mean that we have to be so narrow-minded and so focused.
Blair agrees, I'm sure.
We can't open up our minds and our hearts to something different.
She's missing the point. It is twofold. You have to answer this question twofold. It's important because when you speak of this man, when all the evidence points to that, it's an affirmation of people of color. I'm speaking of Latino, Asian, African Americans, Native Americans. People.
You see that? Latino, African American, Native American. So he knows the people of color that are affected by this. He didn't mention all people of color. He didn't mention East Indian. He didn't mention African regular. He didn't mention Zimbabwe, Egyptian, Ethiopian. He mentioned Black, Hispanic, Native American. That's it. in 1993. Shout out to One West.
People of color. It's the affirmation of our place in history that we contributed. I'm telling you, people wonder why there are riots and why there are blacks and Latinos in jail so much. There's no self-image. Right. When you deal with revisionist history that's been revised and altered as it has, it deals with your self-image. You don't care about life anymore.
The Reverend.
You see that? So as you look at these pictures throughout time, it messes with your self-image. You don't care about life anymore. That's why Eve want to wear the blonde hair, because Eve been going to church since she was little. Eve mom make her go to church, right? Eve is forced to go to church, and when she go to church, she pray and she see that, you know, she see Donahue younger with brown hair and it's long and a beard, like the history teacher. That's it. That's what they have you looking at. And he's telling you the reason why is because it messes with your psyche. It's automatically going to make you feel like they are better. So hold on. I actually wanted y'all to see this part. All right, check this out. So this is a pastor.
He preached.
He burned a picture of Jesus, and then he's going to let them actually talk about it later on. So just check it out.
Is a sermon. Here he is, Good Friday of this year, the Reverend Stallings from Washington.
Now, you ain't see this. They probably made the news back then, but they don't bring this up no more, and they'll never show this on the news again, right? When Megyn Kelly went on the news and said Santa Claus and Jesus is both white, nobody on the news, Don Lemon and none of them that spoke about it, brought this black brother up because it would wake up too many people.
Make one thing clear on this Good Friday, that the Jesus of history.
He got his cul-de-sac. He got his beard. I just wanted to make that clear. Okay.
Hold on, wait.
What's up?
Archbishop, Afro-American Catholic. Oh Lord. All right.
Yes. So what he did was he found out that the Catholic Church was lying about Jesus, and he separated from the Catholic Church. He ain't know nothing about the Hebrew Israelites, I guess, and he made an African-American Catholic congregation. And he started teaching Bible stuff. Yeah. But just watch what he do. Just watch what he does.
That you saw walking up the street just a few minutes ago.
That is not the Passion of the Christ. That was just something else.
Is only an imposter. The white Christ is only a figment of Michelangelo's imagination. The white Christ.
And I want to make that clear too, right? There's evidence that, well, we'll leave that for another list. Never mind. We'll talk about that.
Is an imposter of white Christianity.
Now, what I'm saying is we're starting to divide. It's not about
what started Christianity.
Wait.
Of history that you saw walking up the street.
George Stallings, now referred to as bishop, former Catholic priest, sent.
Wait a minute, guys. I'm sorry.
From Washington.
We must make one thing of history. Imagine
dividing people, buddy. So you can't.
There we go. All right.
Here is we're standing in the everybody.
So just to show you that part, right? And then after the speech, he burned the picture. So he goes to commercial break, and we're gonna pick up after the break.
I'm calling from Pennsylvania, and I'm a white female, and I don't see where there's any difference in whether or not Jesus is black, just like the first caller. First, I'd like to commend Blair Underwood for the relevance of what this is bringing out to the surface.
She sounds so nice and innocent, right? She agrees with us, you know. She agrees with Blair. She thinks Jesus is black and all that stuff, right? Without saying it.
In these day and ages, people need to get beyond the color factor.
She's saying people need to get beyond the color factor. Hold on to that.
Yes.
Who we pray to does not matter. We were created in his image. If I go to heaven,
we were created in his image. I don't know about y'all.
I think his wife.
Wait, and then she said the color factor doesn't matter. But listen to what she's saying right here.
might see him as white. If someone else goes to heaven, they might see him.
When Blair heard that, he said, "Wait, what?"
Hey, Salaki. Hey, listen. If
Wait,
we're
wait,
not,
wait. Hold on, let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
As black. Who do we know what we're going to perceive him as?
Well,
All right, go ahead, Judah.
now, you probably gonna have to back up. If we're not talking about this class, then let's keep that out of the comments. You can answer any. You can ask any question on the Friday night call.
What's
all
the
right,
question?
at 8:30. Talking about the Zulu people and the Philistines and the tribe of Gad, but we're not going away from this. We're not even doing that. All right. If you want to ask a question, feel free to call into our call every Friday at 8:30 after the class. We have a Q&A session specifically for that. Now, I'm going to say something. We do not believe all the tribes are in Africa except the tribe of Judah. That's not biblical.
It's not biblical because if all the tribes were in Africa, that would mean that your last slave trade would have been in Africa. The tribe of Judah can't be here by itself because in the last captivity, Israel and Judah are supposed to serve together in the same place.
Right.
It says in Ezekiel that they held them fast and would not let them go. So they're being held together, right? Or Jeremiah, one of them. So they're being held together, right? So that being the case, it can't be everybody's in one place and then Judah's over here. No, everybody's going to be in the same place and a remnant is going to be scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's how it is.
Right. So with that being said,
from the land of the north. The land of the north is North America.
So with that being said, I got the number scrolling on the bottom of the screen. All right. The brother, yes, Jeremiah 50 and 33. All right, to what he was saying about Judah and Israel serving together. All right. Listen, the code, the numbers and the code is on the bottom of the screen. We don't run from any question, but we have a time and a place for that, which is 8:30 on the Friday night call. After the lesson, please take your questions there. We would love to answer that. All right. Today is a class, and we're going to stay on the subject of the class. All right. With that, I yield.
Or you could just go to the lessons that we have on the Northern Kingdom and watch those. Milk Monday.
Facts.
Because we did talk about the Zulu people not being the tribe of Gad. All right. Now, back to the lesson at hand.
Created in his image. If I go to heaven, I might see him as white.
Wrong. Watch Blair's face. Because he just heard it. It didn't register yet.
If someone else goes...
It didn't register. And then they flipped the camera. Right? He got the best cameraman. He making sure he get everybody faces. We got the sister in the crowd. She's like,
To heaven, they might see him as black. Who do we know?
And then Esau, hell yeah, that's right. When I go to heaven, I know I'm going to see him as white. And y'all can see him as black if y'all want to. That's what she's thinking. Right? So the white lady just said we need to get over the color factor. But then she said when you die, you can perceive him however you want. Which means she didn't get over the color factor. No, sis, it's nothing to apologize about. No. It wasn't nothing to apologize about. None of that. No, you good. You all good, sis. It's people teaching that. They the ones who need to apologize. You know what I'm saying? They the ones who need to apologize for lying to people. But yeah. So this lady right here, right? She literally did some real hypocrisy in the face of everybody. You know what I'm saying? She has told us that the color factor don't matter, and then she brought up color. So watch out, Donnie, you bust it down at that.
What we're going to perceive him as.
Well, except that we are left to at least leave the door open for at least an inquiry, as Mr. Underwood has already offered us with his film titled The Second Coming.
I agree.
If we accept the humanity of Jesus, that Jesus was a human being who...
You heard it? If we accept the humanity that Jesus was a human being, because Blair already told everybody hue means color, right? So he's telling you, if we accept that Jesus is a human being, a man of color being,
who happened to be divine, and that is...
Who happened to be divine, right? So, because, you can't just tell white people that, Jesus was black. So you got to say he was a black man that happened to be divine, right?
Traditional Christian doctrine, then we have to deal with his ethnicity.
Right? Against traditional Christian doctrine, we have to deal with his ethnicity. So he's letting them know. You got to deal with that. You got to sit on it.
And that's what Blair is doing. I'm glad you called, Pennsylvania. Are you there? You had a brief comment. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to say that, number one, yes, Jesus Christ was a black man. Jesus Christ was from the Mediterranean region. And if you were to read in your Bible, it will tell you that he had matted hair and webbed feet. White people always said that Christ, black people had webbed feet. But that's not the issue here. The issue is...
Now, what she said was wrong. She said black people got webbed feet. The Bible don't say nothing about webs. I want to make that clear.
Like what?
But she said that white people always said black people got webbed feet. I have heard that before, but I don't know where it come from because white people always said we can't swim. So how the hell we got webbed feet?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can say that about Issachar, like something. Hey, look, they call out Mexican brothers and sisters wetbacks because they can swim.
They definitely do.
But
and Issachar be feeding into that junk. I had a friend named Max who used to basically make us call him that junk. I'm a wetback, bro.
Yo, that's stupid.
Pride in it. But yeah, that's how the struggle we are, bro. That's why Blair know the people. That's literally why Blair said what he said. That the image of a white Jesus makes you just hate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Makes you think white is better.
That must be what it is, because they can climb up rocks and stuff and we can't, because we got shoulder toes. That might be what it is. I don't know. Hey, Salaki, you know what I'm saying? Salaki tribe of Issachar, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying that y'all have webbed feet. I'm just saying, never mind, I'm going to shut up.
He said that's what they... Damn, Tudor.
Look to the true facts.
You're all going to kick your ass.
Hey, I want no smoke, you're wrong. Chill.
People were of dark skin.
You know this Revelations quote?
Revelation 1 verse 15.
Yeah. You know this? You want to talk about it? Here we go. As you know, the Bible is, of course, Sunday.
Yo, Donahue even read the verse on TV. He showed it on TV to let all the white people see. Watch their faces when this is read. Like, you're going to see here, white people back in 93 at least, they never seen it. They just skipped over the first chapter of Revelation. He's acting so like a shark. Bro, I'm saying. Y'all wildin'.
Yo, that's funny.
Scholar. But here's from Revelation. His head and his hairs were white, like wool, as white as snow.
Wait, hold on. To
His
be
eyes
fair,
were as a flame of fire.
To be fair, I can swim like a shark too. I just wanted to say that. I can swim like a shark too. Very fast.
That's that Northern Kingdom stuff.
Heat like unto fire, fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
And I can surf.
So it's the brass metaphor that you think lends support to his being a person.
That is what you usually hear, the brass metaphor, and also about the
Stop
hair.
real quick.
Simply, like I said.
Huh? The brass metaphor in the hair.
Hey, yo, stop real quick. It's funny, right? In 2022, right? 28 years later, right? Well, 29, depending on what your birthday is, right? 28. But 28, 29 years later, right? These same white people will say, see his head. No, these same white people and Geno Jennings will say, see his head and his hairs. That's two different things. Why can't Phil Donahue in 1993 understand what that was saying?
Bruh, he didn't even ask no questions.
He didn't ask no questions.
So, preferably or specifically the web feet and the white, the white woolly hair. That's specifically what you're talking about, right? So now watch Underwood. Blair Underwood's basically going to be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But you know, it's easy for them to talk that junk down because anytime you bring that junk up, white folks always say it don't matter. So watch it. Why?
Do you think lends support to his being a person?
That is what you usually hear, the brass metaphor, and also about the hair. But more specifically, like I said before, because that can be talked away and rationalized.
See, he's telling you that could be talked away and rationalized as
away into symbolism.
Yes, it can.
I'm talking about.
And then he goes ahead and agrees. Yes, it can. Right. So they both agree with that. That white people and anybody that white people have taught to ignore that will rationalize the color away. Well, it doesn't matter what his color was because of what they think he was coming to do, as far as, you know, the blessing he bestowed upon the Israelites, which is what the Bible says. You know, he was a savior that was put upon the right hand for Israel to forgive them of sins, not everybody else. Yeah. So because they have a misunderstanding of what Hamashiach Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, was actually brought there for, you know what I'm saying? They think that it's okay to rationalize away the color, but they're trying to explain what he's going to bring up is the actual lineage of Jesus, which is what he's trying to point to. You can talk about the color all you want, but the lineage is what matters. And it's crazy how he can understand that, but the Negro only people can understand that because they think lineage doesn't matter. It's all about the color. You see how crazy times is? But watch how the logic was in 93.
Ancestral lineage of this man. And in fact, scientists have told us we all come, and the first man and woman were black. So really, we all have
Yes.
blackness in us.
Are you there, caller? I'm glad you waited.
So he's talking about lineage, right? As if even if you white people, you know, the ones that look white, y'all even got black in you. He's letting you know because it's lineage, right? So those Blake Griffin looking people, the Blake Griffin kids, the Patrick Mahomes kids, Drake's kids, right? The folks that look like them, it's a situation where it's like, okay, these people now, you know, these people, they got to find out something to do with that. It's either they accept the fact that we're black and that the people of the Bible are black, or they don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? And they're at the point now where he's letting you know you're going to have to accept it if you go by the lineage. Because the color of a person may change, but the lineage won't. That's what it is. So, because lineage is passed down by the father, right? The seed. So, just continue to watch. We're only going to watch about 5 more minutes, and then we're going to be done with the video, and then watch one more little short video, and then we're going to get some precepts and get up out of here.
Hi, Blair.
Hi.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
I am a white Christian woman, and I believe I agree with Blair that
You're 5 for 5. Yeah.
right.
She kind of agree.
I agree. I believe just because of geographically where Jesus was born, that he was of color. I don't know particularly what shade, but I know he was of color. And I also think that, you know, when it comes down to it, everyone who's a Christian believes in Jesus' blood, and that's what matters, the color of his blood.
I do.
You see? So she believes in the color, but it doesn't really matter because what matters is the color of his blood because she thinks that he died for her, right? So she just rationalized away the color. He just said they were going to do that, and she just did it. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to fast forward past this part. We go to like 17. Yeah, we can start there.
Nate O'Connor should have ripped up the picture of the Pope, and you don't think he should?
But what he did was 20 times worse, and I haven't heard a word of it.
Now, the white girl right here said that what we did was wrong, but what the black guy did with ripping up the picture of Jesus was 20 times worse. And you see the black guy already got his hand up, about to slap her in the face.
Hey, yo, Salaki.
Huh?
Salaki, hold on, wait. So if somebody say
She was the first person that they asked to come up there. She the first person that mentioned anything about anything. First person in the crowd that got to speak says nothing about the color of Christ being changed, but says what we did was bad, but what they did with ripping up the picture was 10 times worse. Go ahead, Judah.
Hey, Salaki, so if somebody come up to you, Eliel, and say, hey, this big Judah, right? So like my Bible came apart. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if they say this is big Judah, right? And you say, no, it's not. Because it's not me. How is that worse? How is it worse to do that than to be worshiping an actual image of a fake?
Then to actually say, hey, this is Judah. And then
or
everybody
to say,
all right,
no,
hey, this big Judah.
this is Judah.
All right, yeah, bet. What's up, big Judah? Hey, Judah, how you doing?
That's crazy. That's asinine. So ripping up a picture of a fake image of the Lord and Savior is worse than pointing out what the real image of the Lord and Savior is. So, Laki, I'm not, saying that I'm the Lord and Savior for y'all to be simple, because I know some of y'all gonna try to cut it up and they say, see, he's likening himself to the Lord and Savior. No, I'm just saying What that pastor or that
No,
Catholic priest did
he's
is
likening
worse.
himself to Deer Park.
Facts and yeah,
In a wallet, in a yeah,
in the wallet. So yeah, so what not Christian, well, Catholic priest did is worse than making a fake image and worshiping it. That's crazy. That's asinine. These are the extents that so-called white people will do to try to make themselves or to try to take it out of your mind that Jesus is not who they said that he was this whole time. That's crazy.
Oh, just wait. It's gonna get crazy.
Oh, yes, I would just like to say that Deuteronomy tell you you're not supposed to use these images anyhow. Read your Bible.
That Deuteronomy tell you ain't supposed to read your Bible. Deuteronomy tell you ain't supposed to cut your beard. Leviticus tell you that too. And read your Bible.
Yes, Jesus was black, and he's coming back again. He wants you to get your act together.
This brother got on pearls in the 90s. What in the world? I just asked, didn't I ask where they got that? Goodness gracious.
Hope Felder, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, them ain't pearls. Never mind. All right, brother. I'm sorry. They look like pearls. But you see, he started talking about Deuteronomy, and pastor said, all right, hallelujah, praise God. Now sit your ass down. You see a whisper? You put the mic, hey, bro, just shut down. Ain't nobody told you to preach. What'd you do that for? Huh? I gave you the mic to just agree or disagree. You ain't supposed to say all that.
Praise the Lord. I don't want the Lord paying me.
Praise the Lord. I don't want the Lord paying me. Yep.
First of all, I want to commend you, brother. Truth. The spiritual significance of Jesus Christ is that African Americans have suffered from institutional racism, which diminishes their spiritual and cultural self-esteem because of the color of Christ. And that should not go unnoticed. Commend you, brother. Bless you.
Young people.
He said this.
Chill, Orion. Chill.
What happened?
Orion said that's my own. Stop.
People have been asked to be with us. Some not so young people. You just might be older than the host here. Well, then I should be deferential to you and to your age, sir, and I will. These are people who are church active, and I think most are Christians. And want you to know that I think you all are very supportive of Blair's effort to share with the nation and the world the idea that Jesus was a man of color. Kane Hope Felder, PhD.
So he's letting you know. He letting you know he knows Jesus was a man of color. And when he said man of color, he ain't talking about DJ Khaled. He mean black. Right? This was on the Donahue show. So why Megyn Kelly able to come on TV and say the opposite? Why they still got pictures that they put out there? Right? And then not just of Jesus, but of the other people. Hey, right quick. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 14.
Con, you said 7 and 14?
No, Wisdom of Solomon 14. Where is it? Verse 12?
Con, this book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. Then it reads, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life.
You see that? Now, if you look at spiritual fornication from the standpoint that they just put on the stage, they're kind of right. If you look at it from a worldly standpoint, and not exactly from the Bible, right? We're spiritually fornicating. We're like us wanting to be another spirit of people. We want to be Edomites. Everybody in that crowd, the way their demeanor is, the way they act, the way they talk, the way they walk, everybody back then was trying to be a white guy or a white woman. A lot of our people still trying to do it. A lot of them are confused. They act black and then got blonde hair and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all because of the images that have been put out there and the fact that we don't see that we used to run anything. Because if you see that you ran something, then you could easily go back to that time period and see the people and how they used to live, type of demeanors they had. You know what I'm saying? Where they used to act, where they used to carry themselves. And if you feel connected to those people, it makes you want to act that same way, right? We don't have that. So only thing we end up being connected to is what they give us and what they show us. We're connected to rap music. We're connected to love and hip hop, all that type of crap, which is why that's what our women do. They end up twerking. All their pictures they take, you know, backwards to front instead of front to back. Like it's that type of stuff because that's what they're shown. That's what they know. And that's what they connect themselves to. You connect yourself to what you see. White people are able to connect themselves to God, hence the phrase white supremacy, because they've made themselves God. They made all the pictures of God them, right? All the pictures of every civilization them. Iconoclasm, whitewashing. That's what this is. So keep reading them.
Verse 16. Now, verse 15. No. Wait. We was at 14 and 20.
You was at 14 and 12. And then you was at
14 and 12, my bad. 14 and 13. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he have made an image of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in the process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandment of kings.
You see that? So these graven images that was worshipped, that's what put people in a situation, you know what I'm saying? Where they believe these images now. And now nobody's getting past it, you know what I'm saying? Until they actually end up doing the research. But now you do the research, they try to tell you the truth a little bit by showing you a picture of DJ Khaled. And that's their way of, you know, getting people. So now even black people, Hispanic, Native American people are saying Jesus was Middle Eastern instead of saying what he really was. You know what I mean? So that's just what I wanted to bring out there concerning that. But I'm going to let a little bit more of this play. There's one more person I want you to hear.
Professor at Howard University School of Divinity. And you wanted to say what about this issue?
I want to say, first of all, it's important to recognize that the Bible represents a world before color prejudice. The Bible represents a world that has a very favorable attitude towards blacks. It's a multicultural world.
He says the Bible has a world that's favorable towards black. And then Donahue said, yes, it does. Right?
One of the great tragedies has been that in the last 400 years, Europeans and white Americans have created the whole ideology of white supremacy, and they have, in the process, taken the images, sacred images, as well as secular images of that is victorious and positive, and made those images white. And by the same token, they have recast black into a negative image. I think that is a very important thing to keep in mind here. We are interested in corrective historiography, setting the record straight, so that our people, African American people, who begin to sense, I think was pointed out in a very wonderful way earlier, have much in history that has been neglected.
It is not a reach to
You see?
suggest that the slave who worshipped on Sunday, the Messiah who was Jesus, who was white in all his temporal manifestations as offered to us by Michelangelo and other of the classical artists over the centuries, would be likely to bring the same kind of obsequious deference to the slave master who was white as well. So I think you are here to say, among other things, that inside, there's nothing overt about this, and it's insidious, but it's there, is the notion that somehow white people are to be obeyed, respected, and looked up to by the slave.
Particularly when the white slave master has a whip and a gun to the slave's head. Particularly when this image is presented in such a way that the black has no option. The black cannot believe anything else. It cannot even suspect, can't even express anything but the quiet inner pain of seeing the inconsistency between the whole teachings about a God of love and somehow the Bible.
It's not the whole teachings of a God of love unless you're counting love as the law, statutes, and commandments.
Is being used to keep them oppressed and feeling negative about themselves. And that is a tradition that we have received in America, and the average white person needs to be instructed on these matters, not just young black kids. The average white person in America is as misinformed and miseducated as the average black person. And I think that this is a very substantial issue in all of the colleges and the universities of this country.
Muhammad Ali called our attention.
And then he told you, no, we're not miseducated. Muhammad Ali let us know what the heck the deal was, nigga.
So,
Go ahead,
hold on, Salaki. What was that pastor's name? Did they give his name?
He not a pastor. He's a professor at Howard.
But it was saying he was School of Divinity, so I was assuming.
Let me see. Hold on. It did give his name.
Because I want to look this dude up and see what he's teaching there.
He's probably not teaching that. He's
his cemetery license probably got taken away.
Yeah.
It's a little bit before that, probably. Well, if you can't find it, I ain't about to press the issue.
I don't know what the hell.
There you go. There you go.
To share with the nation and the world.
Look at that guy.
Recognize that the Bible was a man of color. Divinity.
A little bit further back.
To say what about this issue? I want to say, first of all, it's important to recognize that the Bible. H.D. Jones is your professor at Howard University School of Divinity. H.D. Jones is your professor. Was a man of color. Kane Hope Felder, Ph.D. Jones is your professor.
Kane Hope Felder.
Okay, Khan, the water.
Mm-hmm. All right, sorry, y'all. Okay, last little part we gonna play this video is
he's old now.
It's a Jewish lady that's gonna basically just set it off.
It's temporal manifestations as offered to us by Michelangelo and other of the classical artists over the centuries. Yeah. Same kind of obsequious deference to the slave master who was white as well. So I think you are here to say, among other things, that inside, there's nothing overt about this.
So you're saying the reason you had brothers like Samuel Jackson and Django is because of the picture of Jesus Christ. That's literally what he just said. You had slaves that were on a plantation that were really loving towards slave master because they thought that slave master had a connection to God. That's what he just said.
Hey, Pastor Steve Walter, New Life Church, Albany, Georgia. I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. This is.
I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. Goodness gracious, Judah, what you watching?
Hey, so my bad. I meant to be. Hey, I was looking up Kane Hope Felder to see if he was teaching that Jesus was black in 2022. My bad, Salaki. He was gonna be on trial next on Thursday. I ain't gonna lie.
I bet he ain't.
It's insidious, but it's there. Is the notion that somehow white people are to be obeyed, respected, and looked up to by the slave, particularly when the white slave master.
He told you that's what it is. And then Jake just gonna reiterate it. So.
Is the caller there? Probably a good idea if I push the button.
Hello?
Yes,
check
ma'am.
this out.
I'm sorry. You
last part of the video.
Yes. If Jesus is supposed to be black all of a sudden, why wasn't he portrayed as black 2,000 years?
And then you see everybody start laughing. She said, if Jesus was supposed to be portrayed as black all of a sudden, everybody start laughing. All right? Now she's going to say, why wasn't he portrayed as black 2,000 years ago?
Years ago. Why did they start him out as white and all of a sudden he's black?
I got a lot of white reporters intervening. I mean, it was I think these folks are suggesting that the image of Jesus was co-opted by the white establishment.
And you see, he had to save himself. He let you know just his straight up reply. There was a lot of white folks intervening. It was white folks trying to make him look white. But then he goes, but then what these folks are trying to suggest, he had to say it like that to make it seem like, he's not all the way on their side. He's just the host. He's just the moderator. But his response initially was, what you mean, lady? You don't understand? We ain't in control. We didn't want to make the images white. It didn't start like that. We changed everything when we got in control. But that white lady's coming from the standpoint of what she was taught at school. White people were always in control. They always had Europe. Wasn't no black people running Europe. Black King James, what's that? Garfield tell you that's pseudoscience. Right? Because it's still Negroes that don't want to believe that. They still want to believe that white man had, everywhere, forever. So that's the standpoint she was coming from. But Donahue's done his research. He already knows what the facts was.
And over the years, all the artists were white.
They were all liars then.
Liars, I mean.
Right, then they were liars.
May I just say,
because if he was black, he's black.
And you heard what she said? She said, well, then they're all liars then. If they were black, let them be black. Right? So we're going to cut that off there. If y'all want to see the rest of that, it's What Color Was Jesus, 1993. That's what the actual name of the show was called. Okay.
Hey, Salakia, Kane Holfelder, yeah, you're right. I am going off. He passed away October 1st, 2019, but he did make a Bible called the African Heritage Bible. So, hey, I'm gonna look some more into this brother, man.
African Heritage Bible, huh?
Yeah, all black images in it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. African heritage. If he was talking about African heritage, that means he ain't wake up.
Right, but I'm gonna look some more into it, man. I might do something on this on Thursday Night Live. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll check them out. I'll do some research on them too. But here's one that did tell the truth. Check this out. I just like this. I'm gonna play it for y'all before we get these last couple precepts and get up out of here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Baba Kasha.
Say something right quick. I think back on the African American people in America.
Right.
I think how they
This
were
nigga
taken.
said the African American people of America. Where else the African American people gonna be of?
Africa.
Africa? yeah, I guess so. Huh? Man.
Against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard.
He's teaching white people, by the way. And they all like, why is he talking about black people? What's going on here, Pastor? Pastor's trying to cleave and save himself, but he ain't let them know that that's what the lesson is going to be about today. So everybody's awkwardly looking like, what's going on here? Why he just start talking about black folks?
They were pulled from families over there. They never heard a gut-wrenching song. Do you hear a black person sing?
This is kind of racist, but I'm going to let him say it anyway.
One of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't say it like that because I haven't spiritual.
Hey, bro.
Yo.
Wait, hold up. You gotta let him finish that. Hold on. He said the black Negro spirituals, right? He finna sing and then tell you something. Hold up.
Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice.
This nigga, bro. Yo, he just said Whitney Houston could sing like that because she was a slave. Mariah Carey, Anita Baker, Patti LaBelle, Sam Cooke, Otis. Can't forget Otis. He said, when you went through pain, it comes out in the voice.
Wait, Salakia. Okay, hold on. Because I've seen there's an Asian group who sings gospel songs, and they do the same runs as black people. There's white people that sing, you know what I'm saying, all of that. But the only reason we got talent in the musical department is because we got pain. Come on, bro. I'm about to log off my damn self. Barry White can sing because he got pain. And he had a whole bunch of pain. That's why his voice was so deep.
Yep.
Fine. Like, come on, bro.
Oh,
that wasn't even Barry White. I don't think. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yo.
I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people,
so good, he said it twice.
If you got a problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth.
That Caucasian mouth.
Hey, if you one of them people that got a problem with them blackies, you better shut your mouth. Better zip it.
Because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. Better shut your.
Because they God's people now.
Hey, he was saying something without saying it.
Huh?
He was saying something without saying it when he said because they're God's people. He let that chill right there because he teaches that all of them in the room are God's people. But he know what he was saying.
Yeah. We're God's people specifically. He only talking about us right now. You know
right.
They smacking. They like, yeah. They're with us too. But really, he's saying, nah, nigga, they're God's people. Y'all better stop playing with them. Right? All you people that hate them, y'all better stop tripping.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. know some of you was raised in the deep South and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system.
Because you're going to be serving them Negroes one day, boy.
You to suffer.
What'd he say? Because it's going to cause you to suffer. Listen to him. He's subliminally trying to tell them what the Bible say, bro. He cleaving. Oh, damn. You two trying to mess me up. Hold on.
Hey, look, yo, listen.
All right.
Hey, listen, yo, he is cleaving like you said. He is. And listen, I want y'all to know something about these mega churches because that's a big church again. When they come off the pulpit and put their podium on the floor where everybody else is at, and they're not teaching from up the stairs where the pulpit is at, that's because they about to have a deep conversation with their congregation. He's saying something without saying it.
Hey, we're going to let you see exactly what he's saying, sis. We're going to make sure you understand everything. I'm going to play the whole thing.
He's trying to make sure he get them black dollars in there. I don't care what nobody say. Just like I was saying.
Yeah, you see, he got two in the front row. He got two in the front row. You know them black folks gonna give it up. Oh, we God's people.
Oh yes. Once I say this, all them niggas gonna come up here and give me their money. Hey, that's
gonna put a whole credit card in the hat and just give him the hat.
Right, just take the whole card, max it out.
We're gonna take her hat off, give him the credit card, and just here, Pastor.
You know my credit's already bad, Pastor. Just take it.
You know. Take it out.
You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer. Right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer.
What'd he say?
What?
What'd he say?
Back it up. Back it up.
What'd he say?
What'd he say?
You to suffer. Right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God.
He that leaders into captivity shall go. Hey, should have bought a Honda. Right? Should have bought a Honda.
He just said it with his own mouth. Y'all gonna suffer with their masters, right? Don't we say it all the time that their fathers didn't get to suffer for anything, so we have to punish the children for the sins of their forefathers? He's saying, you better get out the system, or you're gonna suffer with your daddy. They're gonna suffer anyway. He don't know that. He's trying to help them to, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to help them cleave. This is amazing.
And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows.
What?
Knows how they wound up over here.
What?
Revelations 2:9.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right?
I know you're in tribulation and your poverty.
Yep. You know who taking our identity. Mm-hmm.
God is going to reimburse the black people.
Oh, damn. And he's going to give, will they render us a recompense? No. He's going to return it upon their own head, and he's going to repay them like us, right? Right? Because we're rich. Didn't you just say that?
Hey, Salaki, he read some scriptures. He's read some scriptures that he know his congregation don't know because he don't teach them. And he's not going to keep paraphrasing them.
Yep. He's giving a sermon.
Don't do that.
Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Don't even do it.
Ooh, wee.
Trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
That's the biggest clap of all time they give me. They're like, all right.
He's going to repay us for all our labor and everything. Watch what I tell you. Everybody start clapping.
They're like, hey, look, I don't want his congregation like, all right, that sounds good. All right. You got to back up just 2-3 seconds, bro. Did you see how they was clapping? They were like, yo, what the hell is this man talking about?
What is he doing? Did Jerry not take his medicine? What is going on?
Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
Look at him. And then they got, look, this is the front row. So he got 3 Eves in the front. Just
they get the most money.
So the screaming you hear, that wasn't Jake. That was woo, woo, woo. Right? That's the 3 voices you hear screaming right there. They right there in the front row. Everybody else, and look at the white lady next to him. She's looking like, why y'all so damn loud? She looking at him. Goodness gracious.
Listen.
So that's that. pray. So, I just want to bring that out, show that to y'all right quick one time for the one time. Judy, you there? I think Judy dipped on me. All right, I'm gonna read this right quick. Job chapter 16, verse 11. Job chapter 16 and verse 11. It says, God hath delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked, right? That's what's happened to us. We've been delivered to the ungodly and we've been turned over to the hands of the wicked. These people, these ungodly, wicked people, have been lying to us, telling us different things about our identity, and now all of a sudden they want to tell the truth behind closed doors when we can't see it, correct? Judy, you want to give me Job chapter 12, verse 6?
Con, this is the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they provoke Yahweh and are secure. Into whose hand Yahweh bringeth abundantly.
These robbers, man, their houses is safe and secure. But what they robbed, our whole damn heritage. That's why they safe and secure. We're supposed to be the ones safe and secure anywhere on the planet because the earth was made for our sakes. They now have that blessing for this time being. And it's because they stole it. Right? Give me Micah 2 and 2.
Come. It's the book of Micah. I always skip over this book because it's so small.
Yeah, that Micah hard to find.
Jesus. Chapter 2 and verse 2.
There you go.
Yeah, come. I always skip over. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
You see that? They oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. They took the whole heritage from him. He said he don't read much.
Yo, chill. You don't read Philemon.
Uh-oh. But they oppressed the man in his heritage, right? You see that? So that's what happened. Now we don't know who we are. We don't know who we connected to, any of that type of stuff because of how they've oppressed us. And those people that was on stage, and Donahue himself admitted that, right? So if they could say that Jesus was black, why wouldn't the people, as Blair Underwood was trying to say, that connected to his lineage, why wouldn't they be black too, right? And he also connected the Hispanics and Native Americans to those people to let you know that it was a known thing that we was all the same. This Negro-only doctrine is a new thing in the earth, right? So that's the lesson for tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Judy, you got anything else?
Hey, nah, man, make sure you like the video. If you haven't liked the video, subscribe. All right. Hey, man, let's keep coming on these classes and being edified instead of entertained. All right. This was a beautiful lesson. A lot of history that came out. I learned something. All right. Hopefully y'all did. And tune in to True Tuesday, Thursday Night Live, and the Friday night class, as well as Sabbath Morning Brew on Saturdays. All right. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, see y'all next week. Most High will. Hope y'all catch the rest of the lessons throughout the week. Hit the like video. Hit the like video. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Baba Kasha, and cut y'all bell notifications on, so y'all stop getting on the class an hour and 15 minutes after we done started. Okay, cut the bell notification on the Sons of Thunder channels, all of them. The main one, North Carolina, California, and even the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? TikTok, all of that stuff, Instagram. Cut the notification on. That way when we do something, y'all see it, all right? We are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. Is our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel might be saved. Shalom.
Shalom.